Well, good Monday evening, fellow pipers and lovers of the leaf. I'm smoking a stick, but I'm fixing to put it down and fire up a pipe here. So y'all bear with me a minute. I'm smoking just a little everyday smoke, the little Fleur de Oliva Madura. I've gotten really partial to these for just an everyday smoke where it's not a special occasion or kind of at night I'll get into the little better sticks or on the weekends. But a fella needs something he can smoke on an everyday basis that don't cost an arm and a leg, or you have to take out a mortgage, second mortgage to buy a box of them. But and I've settled on this, and I like that little Tatawahe, the little Tat Peas, the P series that Governor sells, and it's a good one. They're priced about like these, and I've got a bundle of 20 of these coming that I want on pipes. Cigarbids.com. I got them for $34 for a bundle of 20, which makes it much more affordable, And sometimes the one because at work I'll have to light one, put it down, light one, put it down, and it takes me all day, and I don't want to burn a $10 cigar up there or more. I like to stay. Of course, when you buy them in bulk, you can get them down. That's like $1.70 a piece. But you can, $5 for during the day, $6 is pretty much max for work now. And like I say, I normally reserve these for work, but I've just got to, this is some people like them, some don't, but I've gotten to where I reach for one, and I've got 4 or 5 of these in the box, and I've got the 20 coming of I believe they're Toros. It's a medium. This is a Madura here. But anyhow, yeah, it's drinking my Coke ration for the day. I'm drinking this smaller mug. I split it up. I'm drinking the equivalent to a 12-ounce can, 2 a day. Y'all know I'm a Cokeaholic, and so I drank the first 8 ounces this morning. I'm like a wino with my Cokes. I got to have one to get up and get going. Then I get the coffee, and then I'm allowing myself this one now, and then maybe later tonight I'll drink. I still got 12 ounces to go, and I may only drink 8, but I'm just drinking too many, and I had to. Been drinking a ton of water. Of course, it's the caffeine is what I'm addicted to, caffeine and nicotine. But we all got to have some vice in our life. But I've been trying to get my caffeine source primarily through coffee. And then, of course, at the restaurant, I've cut off the sweet tea. I rarely drink a Coke at our restaurant. I usually drink tea. But I started back doing it half and half sweet, half unsweet. And I'm pretty good with that. And then I'm now drinking it about 80% unsweet, about 20% sweet. And I'll throw a little sweet and low in there. And it tastes pretty good. And you're still getting your caffeine, So it's, I've just got a habit. I walk around with something to drink, be it Coke. And preferably a caffeine-based beverage. Coke or coffee or tea, and it's just a bad habit to get into. And I've done pretty good. I've made myself a couple of days, Thursday and Friday, walk around with a glass of ice water, and I drink them. And then I'm going through probably 3 times the water that I was. So that's a good thing. I'm on a mission to shed about 30 pounds, and the Coke. As far as sitting down and eating, I'm not a heavy eater. Now, I do eat the wrong times at night. I'm bad about waiting till 9 o'clock to grab supper. It's kind of the lifestyle I lead. Or bad about sitting up watching videos on YouTube or watching TV at night and going and making myself a sandwich at midnight or something. And that has stopped. But as far as just snacking or sitting down and eating a huge meal, I don't do it. It's the doggone Cokes. When you start getting 1,000 calories a day from Coca-Cola, that ain't good, and that's about where I was. Some days maybe 11 or 1200. But anyhow, kind of cloudy here today. Miss Emily and my wife are going to dancing rehearsal for her recital. That's coming up this month. I did talk to Guy Witherspoon on the phone today. I called him, checked to see the wedding went off. He said without a hitch, everything turned out good. You know, his daughter got married Saturday. He'll be back online with us tomorrow. I said he got some good video and he's going to share with us. And the guy was doing good, you know, and they had a good time and it turned out really good. And he was able to stand and walk a little and to help give her away. And I think he even done just a little bit of swaying, you know, and dancing. And he told me it really turned out good. So I'm thankful that he got to do that. Surely am. But seen Smoking Grandpa Bones was smoking an Oliva, I believe a G series. And Bones, I've really gotten partial to that Oliva. You know, Dale Oakey Cigar and Pipe sent me some Olivas, and that was the first of those. I had always primarily been a brick house man until, and I still love my brick houses. I've got 2 or 3 back there in the humidor now, and him and Straight Grain sent everything from Monte Cristos to H. Upmanns to some Cahibas to Bolivas. I can't even think of all the names. Romeo Julieta 1875s. Nestor. There's tons of them. He sent about 70 sticks, 60 or 70 probably. And but Dale sent me some Olivas, and I have been an Oliva lover ever since. And I got 3 or 4. I think I've got a G, and I've got a couple of the Series V Milanios, and it's a good smoke. And it's, you know, it's $6 to $10 range. It's you know, it's matter of fact, and I usually smoke them down a lot lower than this, but this is the remnants of a Milanio. Try that Series V. And I'm putting you something, you know, like I say, I'm waiting on Friday to get in. We're actually waiting on the new morphine of that Black Label Trading Company. I want you to try the Lawless, and we're going to put you something together, Friday and I both. I think there's 4 that's going to be coming, and that may be coming next week. I don't know, or the end of this week. It's probably next, I think, is when that thing's. But anyhow, let me know if you've tried one of these. I'll try to stick you one of those in there too. Especially if the morphine doesn't come in, we'll sub it with that. But I was in the mood, or am in the mood, to smoke. I don't know in my rotation series if I've done this one or not. It must have, because it has been moved. Of course, my wife may have moved it, Dustin or something, but I was in the mood for this, just for a Bulldog today, and also in the mood for some MacBaron 7 Seas Royal. You know, I've really been off on the regular, but we're going to do a little Royal now. And just wanted to I get up in a different mood, and I look at a pipe, and even some of my best ones just don't appeal to me, and y'all know how it is, you know, you just look at a pipe and it just fits the bill, and you know what'll smoke good in it, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So I'm packing up this bowl of 7 Seas Royal, and I did go off again and forget my pipe lighter, so y'all turn your heads while I use a torch lighter. Not good, but it's what I'm going to be using now. So, and I'm using this lighter that PA pipe guy, Mike, sent to me. This is one of the ones that he sent. Love this thing. I don't want my dad to see it because he's a big NASCAR fan. He may want it. Because he surely did like that little Zycar. I may have to find out where you got this one, Mike, and order him one. Surely might. But everything, like I say, is going decent. Y'all heard me talk about. Oh, excuse me. Y'all heard me talk about our new competitors in town. They've been open about 6 or 8 months, and they copycat everything everybody does. And I've decided for right now not to do the catfish on Friday nights because I don't want to be labeled a copycat. But it seems like they're grasping at straws. You know, they're running this diner thing, and they've copied everything everybody has done. Like, for instance, they'll go the day before. One of our entrees was King Ranch chicken. We were the only one doing King Ranch chicken in town. And they added that on there and did it the day before we do it, so which is Monday. We're closed on Mondays. We do it on Tuesday. Well, you know, if people in town eat it that Monday, they're not going to want it again on Tuesday. You know, you kind of get my drift. So we started rotating. One week we'd do King Ranch. The next week we'd do cheesy chicken spaghetti. Guess what they done? Cheesy chicken spaghetti. There's a couple other things they've done. They've done that to some other restaurants, and I've really just gotten agitated with them. Well, here's the latest that they've done. Sign on the. We heard it was coming, but their sign out front says now serving barbecue. Well, young man that's a waiter up there, his mom works for us, and he came in and he said, I had to laugh. He said, I laughed at them. He said, I went out back and he said, I thought y'all were getting in the barbecue business. They got one of these little smokers boxes like I use on the freaking trailer, and that's what they're smoking their barbecue with. And they're higher on us than like on beef brisket plate, but on a 3 rib plate, we're $8.99 and 2 sides. You get 2 sides, 3 ribs, Texas toast. And our ribs are quality. They're good. They're a Memphis style dry rib. They're $7.99, so they've cut us $1 on it. That's fine. Okay. Them and one other place is the only game in town on Mondays. My brother called me at 1 o'clock. They got there at 10 minutes until 12. There was about 40 people in there eating. Maybe, he said, between 40 and 50 people. From 10 minutes till 12 until 10 after 1. My brother's a chiropractor there in town and knows everybody. So he sat there and ate, and he said most of the people in there was potentially our customers. They counted 68 people came through and sat down and ate, plus the 40 some odd that was there, and this was at 1 o'clock. So when we get back from the wedding, we're going to open up on Mondays through lunch. Probably stay open until 2, maybe 3, and you know, they're not going to get that. They're just not going to sit there and have, you know, I'm tired of messing with them. And, you know, food cost has went up. $7.99 is not profitable on a 3 rib plate. $8.99 is really not where you need to be. You need to be about $9.49. But no other barbecue place in the area within 25-mile radius of there, $8.99 is what everybody's charging. And so I'm going to stay right with everybody else, but I don't know if I'll match him at the $7.99. I don't know if you know, I'm tempted to put out there on the sign, home of true authentic barbecue. You know, the only form was real, true authentic barbecue or something. You know, but now I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. I'm just going to keep doing what I do, giving quality food, and every customer's come in there and said it was awful, it was horrible. And we went up and ate the other day, and Monday we were painting. My mom went up and picked us all up a plate lunch, brought back. And I mean, it wasn't bad, but you know, and I'm not bragging. You say, well, you know, now you're just saying that because they're your competitor, and you're going to naturally say your food is better. Well, there is a restaurant in town that does, on some things, they do a better job than us, and I don't mind admitting that. But on this particular deal, their plate lunches are a couple of notches below ours. You know, when you can't open a can of corn, throw it in a boiler, and warm it up. You know, you may serve canned goods, that's fine, and we do on some things. Our turnip greens, it comes out of the can, big cans. But by the time we get through with them, you don't just dump them in the can, and you know, even corn. You know, you're going to put pepper in it, you're going to put butter in it, you're going to season it, you're going to, our turnip greens, you know, they got salt and black pepper, and when we put bacon in them, I fry bacon every morning, and I have a ton of bacon grease. And I put a little bacon grease in this, a little bacon grease in that. It cooks in it. It's old-fashioned. It ain't good for you. Then I put a little dash of cayenne. It gives them a little zip. Well, yeah, ours is out of a can too, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. That's what they're... But they'll copy everything everybody does. So the other little diner in town is combating them, but pretty much we've just all left them alone, let them do their thing. That tells you they're struggling, and they say a form of someone copying you is a form of flattery. And actually, last week they had barbecue all week, and we had one of the best weeks we've had, and thankfully, so far this year, it's been in our top 5 weeks. You know, one of the top 5 weeks we've had. So we had a barbecue place opened up on a show enough barbecue place, and that's all they served about 6 years ago. Name of it was Carl Malone's uncle, and Carl Malone's a big basketball player, and he was opening up stuff around town. He was an NBA player, you know, and you know, the rumor was it was Too Tall's Barbecue. They were going to put us out of business. And the week they opened, we had a record week. We have yet to have a week that big. And Too Tall lasted 6 weeks and closed up. I mean, it just, you know, I'm sorry, you know, it's just like those in the little diner. So you concentrate. That's one of the reasons I'm backing off of the fried fish deal. You get so big, then you can't do anything good. You know, the old adage of concentrate on what you do best it rings true, certainly when you're preparing somebody's food. You just do a better job. Now, I'm going to add some sandwiches and things. I'm, you know, like a club sandwich, and we're going to doctor up a couple of, you know, offer a 2-meat barbecue, you know, smoked, call it, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it'll be sliced brisket and sausage with an onion slice and pickle. We're going to start that. We're going to start doing some soups to go and casseroles to go and dressings to go and that kind of thing. But it's just, you know, in the restaurant business, if you sit still, you'll stagnate. And but there again, you don't want to get off into what everybody else is doing, like the fish. I've got no business in the fish business. What I'll do then is somebody will come in there to eat fish, and it's not going to be exactly up to par. And then my whole business suffers. We did crawfish that 1 year, and I'll never do that again. We had some people loved it. We went and never had complaints. And then all of a sudden we started doing that, and it was either too spicy, it wasn't spicy enough, and that's what you get into when you're trying to get such a menu that you cannot keep up with it. But anyway, thank y'all for listening to letting me unburden on y'all about this. Y'all are good listeners, and I appreciate that. We went nearly 19 minutes, and I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, so we're going to wrap it up. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Take care, and God bless you.